Welcome to Bourbon Barkeep. I'm Curtis, joined by Noah as always. We are your barkeeps for today. Where do we start? We got episode 3, kind of 2. I don't know.
Episode 3, we did episode 2 last week with the holiday, our first official tasting episode, which was a giant success.
Still a buy.
Could not ask for anything more. Yeah, still a buy.
Yep.
Still like $50. So unless that doubles, I'm still team buy.
Yeah.
So
we got big announcement. We got Missouri Bourbon Festival this Saturday. What would that be? August 5th.
Yep.
For those of you watching in the past, you missed it.
Of 2023.
Yes, that's a good point as well.
Make sure you get that in there too. Yeah.
Yeah. This is for the long haul. So August 5th, 2023.
Yep.
Missouri Bourbon Festival. It's sold out. We will be going.
Got that invite, man.
Got that invite.
Felt good.
So shout out to Casey Cigar Company. They hooked us up a little bit. So we'll be at their booth. Come say hi. We'll be walking around trying to meet some distillers in the area. We got Jay Rieger out there. We got obviously our friends at Holiday. We got Switchgrass Spirits out in St. Louis. So this is only Missouri bourbon, but it's supposed to be packed. 800 people, sold out in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't last very long.
No. So very excited. Oh, it's out in Herman. I don't know if I said that.
Herman, yeah.
That helps.
Like south of St. Louis, something like that, southwest.
Wine country.
Yeah.
If that's what we want to call
Just like it's
that.
like the Ozark Napa type of thing.
Yep, that's
So
what I would compare it to.
Might
Napa.
be a stretch,
it's Napa, Herman.
Right.
So
A 1A1B situation.
right,
Really.
neck and neck.
Right.
So come by the Casey Cigar Company booth. We got our guy Max. He'll be having cigars, some T-shirts. He's given a lecture, dare I say, on cigars.
Okay.
So
A lecture.
yeah,
I'm excited, man.
may have to call him Professor Kruger after this. So I think that's the main announcement.
The only announcement, really.
Maybe. We'll see. Something may pop in.
Well, we can announce the bourbon we're trying tonight.
That's true.
We can move into that. We're doing Johnny Drum tonight. Curtis knows more about the history of Johnny Drum than I do, so I'm going to switch it back to him
I just like it.
and dive in, man.
I just geek out over a little
I'll start
bit.
you with 1861.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
1861, our guy Johnny, who apparently had a drum.
It wasn't his last name.
It's not his last name.
No,
It's not Mr. Drum. Johnny apparently was a drummer for the Confederate side. So I don't know if that should sway how we rate this or not, but
I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to take that into consideration.
okay.
It's pure bourbon.
You know,
It was a long time ago.
he had reasons, you know.
Sure.
So Johnny, I don't know if he like left early, but regardless, he took him and his drum potentially back to Kentucky, and he was apparently really good at growing corn because he had excess corn. He was like, "Hey, I don't want to throw this away. I don't want to give it to the other side either because they beat us."
Yeah, a frugal man.
He's like, "What can I do? It's Kentucky bourbon." So this is owned by Willett. Willett distills it. There are some bottles out here that at the very bottom says Willett Distillery. Some of them are Johnny Drum Distillery. So those are some of the older ones. Back in the day, this won some awards.
Did it?
It was also aged 15 years. Back in the day, though.
So this one is aged how long? I haven't even seen the label.
Unknown.
You plop this down facing away, so
Yeah, unknown.
unknown. They don't tell you.
What we can say is it's at least 2 years because it has that Kentucky straight on it. So that
That's a
immediately
requirement.
signifies 2 years.
Okay.
We'll see if it tastes older. You know, if we get a lot of oak,
Right.
maybe
Yeah, okay.
it could be 10. If it was a 10, I don't know why you wouldn't put it on there.
I mean, that's kind of a positive. It's a plus. You'd want
You
to
would
kind of
think.
lean on that a little bit. You'd think.
That's a badge of honor, I feel
So,
like.
Right. You get 10 years in.
Yeah. And this is charcoal filtered.
Okay.
So not necessarily exactly like the Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey does the charcoal filtered, but they do like a maple charcoal filter, something like that.
And that charcoal filter, that gives it a little more sweetness, right?
A little sweetness and I believe mellows it in terms of taste
There's
as
heat.
well.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I have not had this. We did the fresh crack. Not all of these are going to be fresh pours, but it just so happens Holiday was
why not?
celebratory.
Yeah, why not?
I like to enjoy my bottles too, though.
Yeah. Hear the pop? Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Sure.
One thing that we can talk about a little bit is we're going to be bringing back our rankings. Got a little algorithm, a little BB algorithm.
Of course, spent probably too much time on the algorithm. I think we might have overthought it.
That's true.
But we
But
are open for suggestions and open for critiques.
that's true. We got comments,
Yeah, sure.
hopefully coming.
Drop a comment below. So what do we got? We have 5 total.
We do got 5 total.
So you start with what we're going to call the senses. So you're going to
senses.
throw aroma, your nose, your taste.
Maybe
It's
a little
gonna be-
sight.
Yeah, as well. You know,
Yeah.
Does it look good? Sure.
So we got the senses.
Yeah.
What was our next one?
It factor. So this is another word
I like that
for
one.
uniqueness. This is another word for
Complexity.
Oomph. Yeah, sure. Complexity.
Yep.
Is it memorable? I guess is another way to say that as well. So 3 months from now, I'm going to remember, man, that thing's damn good. You know?
Yeah.
Sure. So that's it factor, and then this is your creation. This is your baby, if you will. This is the hug.
I like the hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So explain what the hug is.
This is the finish.
Okay.
Is it long? Is it kind of a creepy side hug to where you're like, wow, that,
Didn't like that.
yeah, let's just cut this short? Or is it like full pelvis on pelvis? Like, man, this is aggressive. So depending on what your taste is going to be, obviously you may score your hug a little better, a little worse. Do you like a sweetness? Do you like a minerality?
Right.
So this is obviously going to be objective. So we'll try and give you the tasting notes, the smells, how it reacts to our bodies.
Sure.
And then if we say don't buy, but everything aligns to what you all like, go for it.
Sure.
So
If you
we'll
like
just give
that
you the
heat-
facts.
Yeah, if you like that heat and it's hot, I mean, do it.
Hug.
Hug. That's number 3. Number 4, no cute word for this. Availability.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with it.
We couldn't really figure that one out. So yeah, how
That
easy?
could be a comment section one.
Sure. Yeah. Help us out with that one. How easy is it to find coast to coast? I mean, is this in every single liquor store? You know, stuff like Four Roses.
Yeah, Jack Daniels.
Stuff like that. JD. Yeah, stuff like that. So 5th and final category is bang for your buck. So it's another word for value. Is a $25 bottle that wowed you? Is it a $90 bottle that tasted like a $30 bottle? Is it bang for your buck? Do you think it was worth the price and then some? That's how I'm going to look at it.
Yep. And we do weight each category. So bang for the buck, not only is it BB.
Or Marquee BB.
It's important to us.
Sure.
So is it going to punch above its weight, or is that $90 worth 60?
Sure. That's the categories. Without further ado, should we nose it?
Dive in. Let's go.
Cheers, man. To Johnny and his drum.
Yeah, to Johnny.
Yeah. Still here. Pretty mellow.
Yeah, not a ton of ethanol. I mean, this was opened 10 minutes ago. I've been swirling a bit, so which does help.
Right.
But ultimately, the bottle wasn't open.
I get definitely some sweetness, almost some vanilla, some easy sweetness.
Vanilla's a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the color, but I got honey just kind of in there. Like, still going back to that sweetness. There is kind of this minerality to it. I wouldn't go full earth, but there's like a minerality.
I can see that. I'm not going to say you're wrong, so I can see that.
I'm getting a weird. Ooh, I just got like a
almost
little
like
lip in it.
I kind of get like a stone almost, like a wet stone. Like
Yeah.
I'm seeing that now.
I just got like a peanut.
Didn't get the peanut.
I got
Did you have peanuts with dinner?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I get a little peanut in there.
Okay. I definitely got the wet stone, the vanilla. I liked the honey as well, kind of a caramel almost.
Whoa, that is weird. That's not your.
It's a lot of minerality.
Yeah, that. Oh wow, it keeps changing. So this is vitamin. Like this is like a vitamin,
Like a medicine.
like a kid's vitamin.
Yeah. I feel like the nose changed after I tasted it too.
Yeah.
It has a long finish.
It's not full pelvis, but it's not
Yeah,
like
it,
side.
it was
weird
longer
hug,
than
yeah.
holidays for sure.
You do get that heat. I mean, it is, what did we say, 101 proof.
Yeah,
So you're at
that's-
50 and a half
Sure.
alcohol. So you do feel a little bit of that burn.
It's easy though. I mean,
Yeah, it's interesting because it's light on the tongue. Like I don't get a good mouth feel, if you will, but I do still kind of feel it going into the belly. Huh. That's I don't know how I feel about it right now. I'm very confused at what's on my palate because it's not that brown sugar. You do get a lot of oak.
Yeah. The oak guy approves.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't get it on the nose that much, so I'm kind of curious what that means for the age. Because like we were saying, I mean, if you're 10 years old or 7 years old, you have
A lot of oak. It's
well, not only a lot of oak, but put it on the bottle.
Sure. Like, I mean, wear that badge proudly. Yeah, we talked about that. What did you say the MSRP was? I'm thinking about how I'm going to start getting into grading this guy.
Good question. So this has run about 35, is what I've seen. I've seen like a 32. I've seen a 37.
Lower end.
So under 40 is what I've seen. You know what I get now? I don't know if it's continuing to open or once you taste, you know, it starts to evolve. I get a little more grain, like a little more bread now.
Do you?
On the nose, at least.
Yeah, I feel like it would be darker.
Should be.
It's like a golden caramel color. Like it's light. I don't know if the lighting is good for you guys, but it's way lighter than it tastes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, whether it's marketing or not, I did kind of fall for
They went super modest.
I did fall for the super modest because I was like, maybe.
I almost respect that.
It's Willet.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of have the Willet name attached to it, even though rumor is Heaven Hill may have a little juice in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
It's not announced. It's pure rumor. Not speculation.
Did you start this one or?
No. No, part of the research
you heard this
is
one.
out there.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Would I buy it again? I would lean toward buying a similar price bottle that I haven't tried yet before getting that again, for sure.
I would have a tough time reaching for it, but it could be my profile as well. So it's not bad. If you're hearing the tasting notes and things like that, we'll try and fire out a few more. We do the shorts as well. So if you all aren't following us on Instagram, TikTok, which I still don't know how I feel about.
I don't really know how to work it.
We have the shorts. Well, essentially what those are going to be is you're in the liquor aisle. Hopefully you're searching for a Johnny Drum review, hashtag first, I guess. And you're going to see a spinning bottle with probably a song that we pick. So we'll pick a song, kind of goes with it. But ultimately it'll be what we smell, what we taste, would you buy it, and then hopefully a link to a more in-depth review, which is here.
This. Gotcha.
So first up, I'm going to write down your scores, and then we'll do a quick tally and just kind of see where we're at.
Okay.
All right, so we got the senses. This is going to be weighted at 50%, so heavily weighted. Obviously, the appearance and all that is fun, but it boils down to what does the juice smell and taste like?
Gotcha. And I do want to dive into, did we talk about league average yet? 50 being our baseline?
Please.
So we're out of 100. 50 is basically league average. So if I'm giving something a 50, it's not a negative, it's not a positive. There was nothing to sway me up or down from that number. So that's kind of where we're starting from. So if I say something, man, this blew me away, this is a 70, that's two knocks above league average, if you will. You want me to go first? You want to go? Census?
The senses.
Okay. I'm going to go 55.
I was 55.
Let's go.
Yeah. It wasn't bad enough to dock. I mean,
Right.
it's not like you're reaching down on the bottom and you're like, I need to get rid of this. Will I reach for it? This is definitely not going to be my winter drink. I do know that. It's a decent summer one. It's just not my profile. Like I like the brown sugars and like the intense bourbons. And this one, although it has a good finish, which we'll get to, it's just not my tasting profile.
Sure.
All
It
right.
factor.
It factor. This is going to be ranked at 10%. It is going to be very, what do you think?
Sure.
So is it complex? Is it unique? So just kind of something we'll have fun with, and that's why it's ranked pretty low. So that 10%, the it factor, I'm going to go 45. I'm going to dock it a little
I was going to say, I was going to go 40.
Yeah. It's just,
Will I remember this bottle and what it was like in 6 months? Probably not.
I'm going to remember I had vitamins,
Sure.
little Flintstone vitamins.
You feel better in the morning, your joints and stuff.
I wish this would make me feel better. All right, so I said, what did I say, 45?
And I go 40.
You went 40,
Yeah.
man. I mean, just step back, negative.
I mean, that's how it goes. We're,
Yeah.
we're ruthless out here. Hug. Here we go.
Hug. How do I describe this hug? I think this was a hug. This was just a good man hug where it's like, you know this guy, you've known him for a few years, you've been through one battle, not many.
No.
You've been through
We
one
made a memory together.
to where he walks through your front door, you give him the, and then that's it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, that's a good hug. I did enjoy the finish of it. I'm going to go 70.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
good hug.
for 70.
That's a good hug.
That's a for 70. I was gonna go 63. I wanted more than a 60. We did 100 for a reason, man.
This is just math.
We did 100
You're
for a
making
reason.
math
We'll-
difficult.
We'll only go one decimal. We did 100 for a reason.
Yeah,
Need to
we
remind
did.
you.
We did.
So yeah, I felt like it was a notch above 60. 65 felt a little overzealous. But you with your 70 kind of spit on me a little bit. So
I like a good hug, you know?
sure, right.
All right, so availability, I'm probably going to say it's 80.
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say
you found it at a lot of spots. I've seen it at a lot of
I
spots.
know it's super popular.
Once you see it,
You'll see it everywhere.
You just notice it.
Yeah.
So what did I say? 80? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 80 if I didn't say 80.
Sure. Yeah. I'll give you with 75.
Okay.
Just because I don't really know.
Bang for the buck at 35. I'm going to go 60 because this could be someone else's tasting profile for $35. dollars
I'm gonna go 55.
Okay.
I'll give it a slight positive there. I just don't know. My personal profile didn't love it. So 35 isn't going to break the bank. So I'll give it one step above league average. I don't know others' profiles, so I can't take that into my consideration.
Yep.
That's all right.
All right. So I'm going to tally it up. We got the algorithm kind of churning as we speak.
We'll be right back.
All right. My big math brain, just kidding, knows calculator. Here's our score. So we went through, I rated this at 59 and a half.
Okay.
So a touch above league average. You went 55.7.
Still above league average, but you liked it a touch better than I do. Either that or you're just more generous with your grades.
Maybe. It
Could
was
be.
part of the hug.
Yeah, I'll figure it out as we go, I think.
Same.
Yeah.
And then there may be regrets.
Sure.
You know, maybe we scored too high.
we circle back and do one a second time where we're like, man, we really kind of did this thing dirty, you know?
So as much as we kind of stepped on Johnny's name, even though he fought for a weird side, he is ranked number 2 in our rankings.
Yes. Holiday's definitely beating this.
Same. So we'll do our little ranking up on our
Yeah.
cave, if that's what we want to call it.
Yeah.
Um,
But right now we go Holiday, Johnny.
Holiday was up there.
Yep.
Now, granted, it's only 2, but hey, silver medal for Johnny, just like the war. Get it?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you deserve that one, but
So we got
lock of the week. You tried to
Lock of the
segue a
week.
few seconds ago. Then we went back to.
it was just a little tease.
I was a little tease. There you
There's
go.
a little tease in there.
Fair enough. So yeah, lock of the week. Last week I released Clemson to win the ACC. I believe it was plus 180. I'd have to check. This week we're going to stick with a conference winner, division winner of sorts. We're going to switch to the NFL though.
Well, it is early.
It is early, so we're still over a month away from opening kick. Is September 7th?
Sounds-
the Chiefs Lions
Sounds right.
September
So once we get into the season, it will be
weekly plays.
week. So
Yeah.
bear
whatever.
with us, but you can
I'm
get in
scraping
some
the
of these
bottom
odds
barrel
early.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're just
I'm
running with
digging.
what you got.
I'm digging. Yeah.
We're not doing baseball bets.
Sure. And so this week's lock of the week, Ravens to win the AFC North, plus 220. You might be able to find a plus 225, plus 230, but I've seen plus 220 a few different spots, so I know that's there. Bengals are the AFC North favorites at plus 150, and I think it's more of a coin flip than those odds indicate. I really do. Lamar is healthy. Lamar is paid. They brought in Jeff Monken from Georgia, who runs it was college, obviously, but he runs an elite scheme offense.
We really wanted him in Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, the guy can flat out coach offense. And the Ravens have, I'm not going to go through the schedule for the sake of time, but they have in my opinion, what seems to be an easier schedule than the Bengals. And what I thought was interesting was that their win total lines were both 10.5. Bengals were a little juiced to the over at like minus 125. Ravens were like minus 105, minus 110.
Okay.
So a pretty negligible difference to have the plus 150, 220 split, which I thought was odd. So
that's a tough division for you to pick a winner in.
sure.
So you're going Ravens more because of the odds.
Yes, I like the value at plus 220.
Okay.
I just think it's 50-50, more or less at that point. So,
All right.
So yeah, Ravens win the AFC North. That's lock number 2.
Lock them up.
Back to you, man. Back
Easy.
to you. I'm excited. Let's
see.
go.
I think it's closing time.
It's closing time. Okay.
Once again, Bourbon Festival this Saturday, August 5th in Herman, Missouri. Stop by. We'll be roaming. So our home base will be KC Cigar Co. Definitely come by. If you mention Bourbon Barkeep, I will buy you a cigar.
Deal.
It's a damn good cigar.
Yeah.
So anything else?
Can I?
Last
do
minute?
I get to be a part of that?
If you mention it.
All right.
Yeah.
I mentioned it a few times. Cheers, man.
Anything else?
To Johnny and his drum,
Johnny and his drum.
slightly
you all,
above average.
Just slightly.
I mean, tell you what, I'll take that as a win.
Sure. Hey, cheers to you guys. Like,
Appreciate you.
subscribe, do all the stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Cool. Cheers, guys.